We all have stories in our life, and so Mother's Pearls, what is it? 27 aha moments of realization. So the 27, why 27? Well, 27 has a variety of connotations. First of all, it's my mother's birth date is on the 27th of January, 1916, so she's 92. And also, in a japa mala, a mala which is often used as a meditational mala in a variety of different followings and traditions. In the tradition I follow, there are 27. There's 26 plus the guru bead, which is 27. And so that's why the 27. How did the name Mother's Pearls come about? Well, I started to tell you about that, was that I was in Europe, and when I came home one summer, the first summer I was away, I came back because my mother had been a little bit sick, and so it was 2003, and I was just about to leave to go back to Europe, and my niece came over to say goodbye, and she said, "Oh, Gran, you look so great in your pearls, it's so early in the morning," and it was breakfast time. And then I thought, that's it. And so that was the beginning, that was the name, how it came about. And what is an aha? You know, what is an aha? I mean, Oprah talks about ahas all the time. And she asked people to enlist on that. Anyway, this is a book for Oprah, so everybody, you can send your love to Oprah, and you can send your little notes and say, "This is a book you should read, Oprah." And that's where we're going, Oprah. Anyway, but no, an aha moment, in actual fact, is a Sanskrit mantra. And it means wisdom, it means enlightenment, it means a burst of realization. And so, even though my book is a bit of a contradiction in the same aha moments of realization, but aha means moments of realization. And it also, in the Sanskrit language, it is the beginning and the end of the alphabet, aha. And so there is a moment, a spark. Welcome. And so all these aha moments we have in our life. Every single one of us has them. We may not recognize them. We may let them go. Or we may grab onto them and say, okay, hey, that's a moment that I need to realize and I need to use and I need to follow in my life. I believe and I feel that our stories are not just stories in our life. We all have stories. We are made up of stories. We are the richest of stories, and that's who we are. However, that's not really who we are. The real pearl is behind the story. When you distill it, as Gary said, to one word, because it's really one word that we're working from, not the big, long story. We get wrapped up in the story and we go, and it drives us crazy sometimes because it gets into our head and it just goes around and around. They can be negative stories, positive stories, whichever. But what can you learn from the stories? And so it's a really great way of recognizing them. So look at your stories and think, what is the learning point behind there? And then that becomes the resource, another resource for you in creating your potential. Not only your potential, but also for what do you use that potential for? Your excellence, your talent, your decision-making. And for example, when I got this contract for Holiday on Ice this year, I went back and I looked at the stories and I looked at my ahas. And I looked at them specifically because there is actually one story which was about Holiday on Ice, and it's called Respect. And it's something I learned from being there because there was such lack of respect. And so it really upset me greatly but what happened was that became a very important factor. So when I was making a decision, I was looking at how has the company moved forward? How is it transformed? What is it doing? Is it more respectful? And so I realized through the conversations with the executive producer that it had moved forward, that they were really more respectful and they were really moving themselves into the next sort of generation of where they want to go as performers. So I thought, okay, that has helped me. And I can say that with that particular show is that now there is an incredible energy that is behind it. Not only from my sense, but the whole concept, energia, and also what is energy, and that's part of the book, The book is about energy. Those stories, those aha moments are all energy. And that's what can really move us so far forward in our life. So it's how we can also transform not only ourselves, but the people we work with and the people that we love also in our families. How can we transform these things into greater energy sources? And the way this book is designed, it has 27 chapters, all standalone chapters, so you can pick it up at any time and just read a chapter. They're very short chapters, and they start off with a cover page, then a quote, the story, and then discoveries at the end. Questions you may ask yourself to ponder about your story, about this particular pearl. So,